Good evening, folks. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. We're here again this evening. Just bear with us here. Bear with us as we try to do. The Libra is back. Please share this video. Share the video as much as you can. Please share. Please share. Please share. Let them know the Libra is back. The Libra is back. But I'm trying to straighten a few things here. Just give me a minute. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Okay. The Libra is trying. The Libra is trying here. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Okay. Hello, folks. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. We want to welcome all of you again this evening. Thank you for joining us. Libra say, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. We're going to do our best here this evening. As you can see here, we are setting up a new studios. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. Okay. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you. Thank you. Many of you that are watching will say thank you. Welcome. 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 Welcome on LeBron Public Radio. Safety, Lord Jesus. We want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for the wonderful, wonderful thing you have done and continue to do for us. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. Thank you. All that I can say this evening is say thank you. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're very grateful. We're very grateful, but I'm not too sure. Thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you. We do the best we can here. Just stay with us. Stay with us. Again. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. So why are we not hearing ourselves? That is the problem now. Okay. I'm audible. I know I'm audible, but I cannot hear myself. Okay. For some reason, I am unable to hear myself. Let's see. Why are we? Okay. We're there. That's fine. Okay. Why am I not hearing myself? What is it? What is it? Okay. All right. Well, maybe if the other panelists join me, maybe. I know I'm audible because I can hear myself on the other side, except I am not able to hear myself from this. I don't know. I don't know what is happening. Okay, I'm going to test something. Okay, let's see. Okay, thank you, guys. I know I'm audible. I'm just not gonna be able to. If my panelists join me here tonight, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna be able to hear them or they're gonna be able to hear me. So we will do our best here tonight. And if I'm not able to hear them, we can call it off and come back. No big deal. No big deal. Okay. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. I'm still here. I'm still here. So God has been good to us, and we just want to say thank you, thank you. So let's go ahead. I'm going to be talking some Tabata here tonight. Let me start this show by saying thanks to all of those who's been wondering what the Libra is here. He's not going to retire right now. But for some reason, I am not able to hear myself. Okay, so maybe this is not meant for me to hear myself. Maybe, but if somebody join me, I'll be able to hear them. That's fine. That's fine. Because my setup is, if you can look behind me here, my studio is still lacking. We just moved from one area to another, so I'm not able to set up a lot of stuff here. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I hope she will allow me to set up my studio, the bus that is. If she said no, then there's no studio. Then I'll be like this for life. But if she said yeah, then I will rebuild the studio, and it's gonna be this time around. The plan that I have for the studio is gonna be excellent, excellent, excellent. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Uh, let's go ahead, and we're going to talk about a few things here. As usual, CDC says continue to give and continue to give and continue to give. So quite recently, there's been a issue out there from the government, and the government give us a figure that honor we are led government. The from 2017 or 2018 to the time they got kicked out. From the time 2018 to the time they got kicked out, they have generated domestic and international debt of $2.6 billion. $2.6 billion. $2.6 billion. And so that figure didn't sit well with Samuel Twe, who was on the run. And what I'm not too sure somebody on the run, what credibility do you have to come and defend a government that has been accused of stealing? And you on the run, who's been accused of playing with the people numbers, playing with the people money, and you refuse to come home to answer questions, but yet you want to be in hiding and make statement, and you expect us to trust your statement, and you expect us to take your statement as something that makes sense. Samuel Twe is on the run. He's on the run. There's no other two-way street around it. He's on the run. He can't come to Liberia. He's not. I'm not too sure if he's in Liberia yet. But this is what he's saying. He said the government people who made that statement, they were lying. He said they were lying. He said on his leadership as the finance minister, the government of Liberia incurred international and national debt of $2.1 billion. So he disputing $0.5 billion. Okay. And then in the process, he decided to go east Jesus and talk about who they, why, what have you. He doesn't have credibility as far as I'm concerned. But then again, I'm not surprised. It's a sedition. Why would you give sedition credibility? It doesn't have credibility. But then again, it's a sedition. So you cannot connect credibility with CDC. They don't work. Those two words don't mix together. How are you going to come and say CDC that is credible? You can't say that. You do that, not only are you intellectually dishonest, but CDC and credibility, they don't match. They are not something you put together. They don't work together. They don't work together. And so Samuel Twestein, folks, I sent a link out already. Those who want to join me, you do so tonight. The Liberal is here. I was on Liberal Radio on ELBC earlier, where we were able to discuss the disability issues of Liberia and the disabled people of Liberia. And I thought I held my own well. I thought I did good. But anyhow, let's go back to Samuel Twe. Are you staying in foreign country and try to clarify something that is happening in your country? Me, Samson too. They say Samson too. You're in charge of road fund. But certain things missing. They are way over there in Africa. I can't even speak French. But now I say, I'm not coming by. I'm not coming by. But you're lie. That kind of thing. So Samuel 12 and his credibility is shot, to be honest with you. We're not gonna go through that. We're not gonna go through that. So what have we been missing? I hope my brother Terry will join me so he can enlighten me. We're hoping that Terry will join us and enlighten me. Mr. So Kanye, you just muddy the whole water. I don't want he can't enlighten me. I will hope Terry will join me and enlighten me. Okay? Okay. But anyhow, so that, folks, is the issue. So recently, I visited the great site of my mom and dad over there in Ohio, where I still have my brothers and sisters. I have my sons. They live there as well in Canton, Ohio, where they have Hall of Fame. I spent, I think I spent 20 some more years in Canton. So I went to Canton when I was still, uh, don't even know who I was at the time. I went to Canton when I was still playing football. So I was in Canton for a very long time, long time. And then after my schooling and stuff like that, Ohio decided to play a game with a liberal. They are conservative, and they are the type of conservative that you don't even want to fool around. And I told them, look, Ohio. I told them, Ohio. I'm a liberal. I'm going to a liberal state where I will be loved, where I will be welcome. You'll start playing game with me. Bye bye. I'm taking my engineering knowledge because I did a lot of engineering work for what they call Stark County engineers, a county engineer. But that's where I learned most of my stuff. I did a lot of survey work for Stark County engineers, where you put those days they were using sandstone. They started using sandstone in the 1800, 1809. They used sandstone to divide their property. And so when we started, with the folks, Sarkon engineer decided to use us to replace the sandstone with pin, because they have what they call dip needle. So stuff you go around like that and look for metal. You can't detect sandstone. And so we used that, and we did a lot of survey work for Stark County engineer. And the state of Ohio, instead of appreciating the good engineer, they decided to play a game. California said, come on, we need you. I came to the state of California, and the rest is history. Samson told. But anyway, when you see me talking like this, folks, I'm just trying to see if my panel is going to be joining me tonight. Dr. Toto, I'm waiting. You'll join me. Let's talk. Dr. Toto, please, I've been away from the social media for a very long time. Join me and then give me some information, enlighten me of what is happening. But anyhow, so let's go back to Samuel 12 and his Tabata. You run away from your country, your own country. You run away from there. But then you want people to trust you. And that's what I said. CDC and sedition, credibility don't match with them. Now, those that are considered to be terrorizing sedition, they got credibility, but their credibility also terrorizing credibility. I say so. So let's go on. So quite recently, the president of the Republic of Liberia is out again. You see, this is what I keep saying to the people. The rescue captain is out looking for way for our people to benefit. Yeah, President Baka, thank you. Now, let me make one thing clear. This platform, it is not what Joseph Baka or President Baka platform. This is Liberia Public Radio platform. I am here with my own show. And the fact that I admire President Baka, I speak about President Baka on this platform, but not because President Baka and his people have somehow. I'm saying good thing about President Baka. Does not mean that this platform is now the platform of President Baka and anyone else that is connected to Unity Party. Far from it. Far from it. Well, this platform is an intellectual platform which Liberian gravitate towards, and we will be fair and truthful. Having said that, let me talk a little bit about my Tabata here tonight, folks. So you heard the Tabata Samuel Toy talking about. Okay. He said no, that $2.6 billion, that $2.1 billion that we how you will borrow $1.1 billion. How what you got to show for it? Samuel Toy. $1.1 billion. What do you have to show for it, Samuel Toy? Show me now. Eh? What do you Madam Esther Clark Fredericks, good evening. Yeah, good evening. We're here. The Libra is back. The Libra is back. The Libra is back. I'm here to come for Kumbaya. So, Samuel Twe, talk to me, Piggy. Samuel Twe, talk to me. So, you say you don't borrow that kind of money, but you want us to value your credibility. You don't have anything. You have no credibility. You run away. You're on a run. Right now, even another policeman said, but when I see you in total, I can arrest you. I can arrest you in total. You bet me, let's go meet you in total now. If you don't think I, Samson, can arrest you in total, let's go to total meet. Eh? Let's go to total meet. Eh? And see if I'm not able to arrest you. Who invited you? Mr. So?
You don't have to invite me.
Yeah, but I'm running my show.
You see, this is so sad.
Mr. So, the Libra is on the floor. I'm trying to wrap up my.
You need to wrap it up because we don't.
You're not gonna come here and start determining and start mandating when I do and what I don't do.
Well, no. The administration controls the arm of programs being conducted, and if we come to realize these programs,
where administration? Where administration? Where administration? I had to go. What kind of administration you got?
No, hold on. I mean, your behavior is really getting out of hand, and it has to
Mr. So. Let me finish my tabata.
Yeah, no, listen. You gotta listen to me, or else.
Or else what? Or else you're gonna leave? I say good reading.
Too much of contradictions.
Don't worry about it. I'll take your talk for yourself. Okay,
wrap up your point. So
don't rush me. Let me take my time. Let me take my time. So you're vet because I said Samuel 12. Let me in total. It's Samuel 12 call. He said, man, let me in total. Let's see if I arrest him. I got the arresting power to arrest Samuel 12 in total. Well, he able to go to he will over there run on the run and running a mob. Talk about saying no that I'm $1.6 billion they borrowed up. Who he got credibility? Just like every sedition. Investor. So let me finish. I'm going to you're not gonna come and combine me of what I do or what I don't do. Y'all know your vest. Your sedition, your vet, but you think I here to come make friend with you. No. Samuel 12, you got no credibility. Just like every sedition. Except for the terrorizing sedition. You ain't got no credibility. Let me just say this here again before I let Mr. So come in because I'm running my show tonight. I'm feeling well. My voice is strong. I'm not sick anymore. Let me say this here. This platform, Liberia Public Radio platform, despite my admiration for President Bakai, which when I have the opportunity, I will speak nice of President Bakai. But if President Baka and his people having to do something that is not in the interest of the Liberian people, I will speak as well. But I want to say here publicly tonight that this platform, it is not a platform for any individual. This is a platform for the Liberian people where we come out here and express ourselves freely. The fact that I admire President Bakai and the fact that I am one of those that contributor, in fact, they're one of the strongest contributor. In fact, the contributor on LPR Intellectual Forum, that gave me the right to say what is good about President Bakai. I can say that. Now, the other panelists can come out here and try to dispute and what have you, but that's not. The liberals don't come talk plenty. Okay, Frederick, thank you for recognizing my talent. So let me welcome Mr. So. Mr. So, why do you have here the independent voice of the people? What is that? What is that? What kind of title is that? What kind of title is that? You are not an independent voice of the people. You can't come out and claim that. That's false advertisement. And we're not going to allow you to get away with those kinds of stuff on LPR. Anyhow, folks, Walter Carter, you are terrorizing sedition. I send a link.
By the way, the link is out there to you, even though he left you out, but I sent the link.
Who bringing him in? I'm supposed to bring it in. But anyhow, let me give you the opportunity, Mr. So. Good evening. Thank you for joining me on my platform this evening. What is on your plate, sir?
It is sad, but guilt of conscience itself, it forces one to make true confession, and that's exactly what you're doing here, stepping behind your own.
Let me just make another announcement. Aaron Blapper is watching. Aaron Blapper, I also consider you terrorizing sedition. Go ahead.
If you can be very gentle to stop my disruption, what I'm talking, that will be appreciated. Look, you get the purpose of LPR. Here comes another double trouble water. Here come I here.
Thank you, Jared. Good evening, Jared. Thank you for joining.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
You get a gospel, send a link to Jared, but leaving Dr. Jones, Terry, and the other people are. This is how divisive you guys on this network, and you are doing everything possible.
I send a link to everybody.
Let me make my point. I can tell you that it will not work. It will not work. So here is it. The hypocrisy on the part of the liberal and his ally, Jerry, and other on this network. You come here to say, oh, it's like somebody give people some sort of sassy woo, true confession. Oh, you say this network is not just a boycott, this and that. But exactly this is what you are doing.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
No, listen to me. You have driven this network in a Jerry Bacon has added to it everything this government does, every other thing, even if it is wrong. You guys do not have the guts to speak about it. You're supposed to be focusing, your focus point now supposed to be, if you so dearly support this government, your focus point now to be to EMI, to look at what this government is going to be talking. But you're taking us back again in the bad days. So I don't care. So, whatever Samson does, when he says your friend Samuel Tuade, the law will hold him accountable. What I'm interested in hearing now, the president is in Indonesia, the president is out of the country. What next? What next after it? What is the message now? What is the memorandum of understanding? Is there any official, but you want to leave us in doubt? You're unable to explain.
Thank you for your question. Thank you for your question. Let me welcome Mr. Jerry Bagger, who is one of the co-hosts of this platform here. Let me welcome Jerry. Good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining me. Mr. So, the Libra is on. Go ahead, Jerry.
Jerry, we miss you so much. I miss you so much. I miss you so much. I'm glad that you're back.
I miss you guys too.
I'm glad that you are back, and thank you. Whatever you were going through.
Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate coming from you. It means a lot.
Can I get an audience, please?
Yeah, Dom. I was soon putting. Talk, Jerry. Talk.
I'm glad that you are back. Whatever you are going through, whatever transition you are making, that's great. Cool to see you back. And the show is, it's got more leverage and see what the best we can do for this. Look, Mr. CEO.
Thank you. I also I see my own
sometimes I
brother. I
wonder,
see my
sometimes the
brothers.
question then you ask,
Don't listen to a
you know,
question then. Those are jealousy questions. Because we won the election, we flogged them, they're in
I'm
disarray.
confused.
Yeah.
I'm
They're in
confused.
disarray.
But anyway,
So don't
it's
listen
gonna
to
be
a
a good
question.
show
Let me
tonight. But it's
welcome.
gonna be
Let me say to Sissy
if the
Goya,
good show
Sissy
tonight,
Goya.
I'm glad that you are back.
Yeah. Sissy Goya, Mr. So, the liberal is speaking. Sissy Goya, good evening to you. Thank you, my brother. We'll hope you will be joining us here very shortly. Let me, Jerry, I asked earlier that I hope you are going to join me because I've been missing a lot of stuff. I've not been able to keep up with the social media. I don't trust this the conservative to enlighten me. So please, Jerry, take 15 minutes to enlighten me of what has happened in the past and what has. He's a co-host. He's a co-host. He's a co-host. Jerry, take 15 minutes to educate me, please.
Well, during your absence, we talk about, variety of things. We talk about what's going on about the pay system, the indictment of the former minister of finance, which is Coley, the release of the former minister of justice. There's so many things. I can't recall.
Who's responsible? I'm saying that you can't do press briefing here. What is it?
Mr. So, the code host is giving us an update.
Are you doing it?
Go ahead, Jerry.
These are the things we've been discussing, and we had a good discussion on issues about the pro and the con. Even the red wing, they still have a red wing behavior.
Yeah. We'll let them speak.
But I don't want to take all the time. The 15 minutes is good, but I know other audience want to come in, so let's do it. As we go on, I will step in most of the time on the time of the show. Thank you.
Womina, can I call you back, Chief? I'm on air here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That late using brief. I tell you, I don't know what kind of trouble we get when they start to This is absurd.
When you and Dr. Miller come on the phone on the studio or on the show, renowned radio station, you all want to tell Liberia to be a communist country or socialist country. You all want to reopen Bella Yara. You all want to reopen Bella Yara. That people will go back to Bella Yara.
Mm-hmm.
If we open Bella Yara, let be used as a research purpose or for tourism.
Every state in the country has a correction facility.
But that's not what Dr. Mali is talking about.
No,
that's not what Dr. Mali is. Dr. Mali wants not only to punish people, he wants people to get ratting in there. That's the thing Dr. Mali preaches.
That's what my point of view here is. If we're going to do it, let's do it on the morning level, or let's use up
it is your government out there. You should be making those recommendations. Now you telling me
we know President Baka. We know President Baka has the ability.
It's not a recommendation. I'm going to make the idea which you want to function.
That's the issue all over the places. Endless investigation. We come back to the same.
Okay. Thank you for reminding us. Let's keep the show going. Let's go on. Well, let's talk about the show. Mr. Soul, anything on your plate this afternoon? You got 1 minute. Anything on your plate? Do you have anything you want us to discuss this afternoon?
Oh, yes. There are multiple things, a lot of things happening. So I'm curious. The president is out of the country. I like my president, the country president. As a matter of fact, is the president of the Republic of Liberia. So the notion, the mindset of you and Jerry Bako and maybe Sissy Goya and all of you people think that you're president, he's not your owner. He is the owner. So no matter what you guys feel and think, we will speak out. We will say it will be done with respect. We argue on the issues of today. Yes, the president is out of the country. I, as a Liberian, my concern going is not a thing, but what next? And I think this is very vital. This is something that we should be talking about. And I expect some sort of communication.
Look at the background. Mr. So, I'm running the show. Mr. So, hold on 1 minute. Oh, Mr. So, hold on. What do you mean I need to stop? I'm running the show. Look at the background of the two gentlemen that you're going to be facing here tonight. One is in Minnesota, the other one is in Rwanda. Look at their background. This is to tell you the unity among us. You can't come here and try to frighten us. You sit on there with all kind of flag behind you. You think that flag there we ought to here? So the flag there over a long time. Go ahead, make a point.
So, on a serious note, I think some strong administrative action needs to be taken, because if we have grown adults who will come here and will continue to be causing distractions on real national terror against the Liberian people. And as an independent-minded person on this network, I proxy the affairs. I speak the minds of the people. I speak what they need to know. Unlike you, Jerry Barker, I'm not going to even talk about Terry, because from what I see, Terry now it seems, you see, the bamboo working here, I can hear whistle sound, he will die in there. So let he keep hanging with you people. That's his business. Dr. Jones and myself will remain who we are on this network to make sure the voices are heard. And this sort of conspiracy, y'all want to personalize this network. They want to turn it to another version of Freedom FM or the Prince Sherita. That's not going to happen. That will not happen. If you, Samson Toll and Jerry Bacon, is that what you guys purpose? If you guys are unable to articulate, to explain the motive, the objective, the achievement, the shortfalls of your administration on this network.
Well, let me ask you this. Did we tell you that we were representing the government of the Republic of Liberia for us to come here and can't get your explanation?
But then you are just misguided and misdirected.
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We will speak for ourselves. You speak for yourself.
Okay, let me speak for myself, please.
Yeah.
This is America. We allow people to speak. We sing together. We don't speak together. Jerry Parker, you can hold your glasses like it for. That's your business. But what I'm saying here,
I don't hold my glasses, so I put my head because you're giving me a headache. You're giving me a headache. That's the whole thing. You're giving me a headache. You're not holding my glasses. You're giving me a headache.
Yeah, because you don't want to hear what I'm saying. I'm saying the truth, and your guy Terry knows that, because Terry said he's sick and tired, but Terry, he wants to bring this sort of traditional thing here. Oh, my papi then respect. What going on, papi? Papi not behaving a good papi. You talking about papi then? But look, on a serious note, we need to know when the president leaves. By this time, we must be able to get some sort of memorandum of understanding. You guys are with the insider. Why can't you come here and tell us something of a substance that the people will take?
Thank you, Mr. So. We're not going to let you do a salad dressing here this evening. Thank you, Mr. So. We're not going to let you come here and do a salad dressing here this evening. Let me go to the good gentleman. Terry, thank you for joining us tonight.
The bad gentleman, right?
Terry, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. The Liberal is getting back little by little, and I hope that I will be back here shortly. But sadly, though, my studio is not up yet, and I don't know if it's going to be up the way it used to be. But so we'll have this kind of background for a while. But what's on your plate, sir? Thank you for joining us this evening. What's on your plate?
Well, it's just the same merry-go-round, ceremony. Yeah, thank you. Welcome back, Liberal. It's good to see you. I think I saw you on the LBS today, and your voice sounds like you are back for real.
Yes. You were on LBS again today?
Yeah, I saw him there today. So your voice is clear. And
Seto there too, Terry.
No, I didn't see Sese. I saw the Liberal. I didn't see Cotto.
I think they not fired them.
Please send me the link. I didn't know. Please send me that link.
They really trying to say out of the zoning, because you remember he had land, but it may go ahead, Terry.
Yeah, the Liberal is there, but however, I know that the background and all that, but there's a lot going on in Liberia. Liberia is a normal country, and people say a lot. Right now, the highlight and the whole attention is now drawn to the LTA, the salaries of people in the LTA and what they're making. Seems to be alarming. People jumping all over the place that, the people shouldn't be making this amount of money, blah, blah, blah. People beating on Patrick Honda. you know, and I don't see the need. But again,
you don't see the need?
yeah, I don't see the need why the seditionists are beating on Patrick Hunter.
But that's who they are. They are
You
sedition. They are sedition. They don't have credibility. Their credibility level is going through the toilet. That's sedition. They don't have only sedition. The people got credibility that they want to call terrorism sedition. Those are the sedition. Yeah, terrorism
know,
sedition.
Martin Lebanon introduced new toy again. But
Tradition. They are tradition.
Very
so
divisive.
it's no more put your phone in your mouth that
They are
terrorism.
tradition.
Stereotype guy. This guy, this is unbelievable. And
They
Jerry
are
Bacon said
tradition.
he
They are
doesn't
no
say
tradition. They are tradition.
when Jerry Bacon, he said he doesn't say anything the
No,
liberal
you want to hear the you want to hear that name? They are tradition. They are not no tradition. They are tradition.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
The two elderly are very, very hot on. But anyway, so yeah, the LTA seems to be making a lot of money in salaries, allowances, all that kind of stuff. If what they're saying and presenting to us in the public is true, I think it's not only the LTA, and you cannot say somebody should not make this amount of money because you know the government is a government that generate, you know, the yearly revenue is low, so this entity, these people cannot make that amount of money. You got to consider the pay wages and what that entity produces, the amount of money that entity generates. So I'm seeing and hearing some people advocating that across the board it should be everybody in government, all the appointees of the president in the cabinet should be making a certain benchmark of money. Like for example, everybody should be making 5,000 or 4,000, regardless which government entity you are controlling. I don't agree with that theory. I really don't agree with that. I agree that the money is too much. Some people gas 1,200. The people they're paying horses and all that. But that comes along with the position. Even in America, any part of the world, it comes along with the position. So I don't see why people are jumping and jittering. Like, for example, they put up the Freeport Monrovia. You can be generating hundreds of millions of dollars. Then you tell me, say, the managing director of the Freeport Monrovia should make 5,000. The man will definitely steal because the men know the amount of money you're generating. You know, so I think that people need to realize that there are certain wages and salaries and allowances that come along with the position that you are attached to on a job, in a job or space. But again, that's my opinion. I could be wrong. Somebody else could have a different version of that. But that's why I'm gonna play, Liver.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving us a wonderful, wonderful background again tonight, as usual. And these are facts. These are not subjective opinion. These are facts, and we believe in you as well. Let me go back to Jerry. Jerry, Terry just talked about money here, but I think if the government wants to pay people based on their qualification, then especially people who are going to be bringing in uh, uh, resources, finances back into the government, I think those people need to be compensated uh, duly, correctly. They might not compensate you based on the kinds of money you were making here in the United States, but if you are coming in to help the rescue team, to help the father of the nation, to generate fund on behalf of the government, which of course the fund will be utilized to carry out specific item or carry out specific duty for the people of the Republic of Liberia, bringing them out of poverty where the sedition had left us in a hole, and these people are doing their best to take us out of the hole, Jerry. So I would think yes, indeed, they deserve certain amount. What amount they're gonna be giving, that is left for the president and those who are making these decisions. But what do you think? What do you think of what Terry is suggesting? That these brothers and sisters at LTA, people are accusing them of making money when these brothers and sisters are generating huge amount of money to help run the government.
Well, I'll come to that question or something. But I think last week when I talked about the custom system in our country, that our borders are open, that most of the man told are doing the mining in our country, they're abusing our sisters and brothers who work on in the mining section, and it's also bring criminality. The resources that they are taking from that area, it is not being used in our county or in our district and in our town. So it's something the government need to look at, because all our resources, especially when it comes to the cost. Okay, fine. That will bring me to the point of Mr. Terry just said. Let's take, for example, the custom officer who is escorting the goods. Are we going to give them money now because they are escorting the goods because they're bringing money into the country? Are we going to give them the police salary? Are we going to give the police salary and sit there and say, oh, because you're enforcing the law into the country? Are we going to do these things? So these are implications, and we have to specify where we're going to go. Take, for example, while with somebody in Liberia, we're giving them salary, besides salary, we're getting gasoline. You must work with the system. You work with your Californian department, okay? And they say, Mr. To, you're making $150,000 a year. That's it. Yeah, that $150,000. The way you pay your mortgage, the way you pay your children's school fee, the way you take a retirement. So all these things. Why should we give the people that incentive? We're getting credit card. We're getting credit card. We're getting horses. We're getting gasoline. We're getting everything. Folks, it's time for us to go back on the drawing board and see how best we can consider this thing, because it is draining our economy. It is, I mean, let me use the word. It is unbelievable. It is time for us to start thinking, because I understand the salary will not be the same, because like let's take for example in America here, like the utility company, they make more money, more than the president of the United States, based upon the salary. But there's some incentive. Everybody's in Liberia will give them that incentive. The chief of police, he got free gasoline. I mean, he a person with 24/7, and then using for example. But he got scratch card. Why would you want to use a person for scratch card? Why would you pay your phone bill? We're not welfare state.
Thank you. Thank you, Jerry. And this is just to show you that I don't see your picture, Termasing Sedition. If I don't see your picture, I'm not bringing you on. I'm going to come bring 25 cent looking like picture up here and thinking, say that's what. Yeah, well, here we go. There we go. I'm here to play with you, Termasing Sedition. I'm here to come play with. Good evening, Walter Carter. Thank you for joining us. We will be coming to you very shortly. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about when I say here on this platform, the like of Jerry Baker, the like of Terry, the like of Sissy, and the like of the liberal. We show ourselves as being genuine. We can disagree, not because we support the same idea, but if we feel that there's a need for disagreement, we don't just work like the elephant, Republican elephant, holding one person tail, and then you think that's it. No, Malice come out here and talk all kind of ridiculous thing. You, Mr. So, will sit out here, I support the independent mind. But look, Jerry and I we disagree. Intellectually disagree. And we are allowing our friends to listen to that. Let me come to you before I go to Walter Carter. Mr. So, why can't we have these kinds of civil conversation where the people who support the same thing will be allowed to disagree? Mr. So, what's on your mind? Go ahead.
I'm not going to speak to that. Jerry has the right to express his opinion, and that's why he had done. The only reason you are providing clarity because you knew very well I want to come to that. So Jerry just cut those layers off from you this evening, and so it compels you to provide clarity. That is less important because if you are not even spoken to it, yeah, listen, if you are not even spoken to it, I will want to speak to that. And that is absurd. I'm surprised to see where Terry coming from. So this kind of gave me a second thought. The less that Terry is standing on now, it seems to me there's some backyard talking here. But look, based on, and I've seen a lot of, I do not have all of the documents. I don't like to dwell on things, but I've seen a lot of posts. The conversation is ongoing. I listened to on that briefly. But this sort of rescue, this sort of core need or this sort of a thing that we came to rescue, and for some reason this rescue now is turning to be something else. It has to be addressed, and you guys should have the guts, because people are trying to find excuses. It was there in the first place. Bull. What is the bull bringing in?
What bull? What bull?
The LTA commissioners, what are they bringing in? What is the new? What are they bringing in? If it was done wrong like yesterday, and we are coming to rescue and a portion of the wealth of the Liberian people, I think all Liberian, all sectors of Liberia must be able to have to gain something of that. But it's not happening. Paying people $1,000 for whatever transport. What the hell these people? Where are they going? Why are they getting all those kind of monies that they are getting? And you sit down here, you try to give it some sort of different look, and Jerry got to call you to a point, and then you want to come explain. But interestingly, what is another thing here is the Liberian investigators. They are reporting this event. That's quite interesting. I will see that the U.S. ambassador, the U.S. envoy, Mike Turner, is calling. Is telling the government that U.S. will give full backing to the establishments of the War and Economic Crime Code. This is something special that I took away because he went through everything. Political stability demands holding people accountable. Political stability. Political stability. You can scratch your hair, you can paint your face, whatever it is, because these are things. We speak the minds of the people, what people need to know, not necessarily like you and Jerry want to speak to your demographic, people that support you. They say, oh, yeah, that's not who we are. And I think Keto has realized that. And that's exactly what Dr. Malley is doing. But guess what? You, your Terry, your Jerry Bacon, and Sissy have formed a coalition outside of this here because they want to drive your own agenda. And I'm interested to see what would be GOL position. If USA they are willing to give full back,
thank you.
Are they willing to go in that direction? Are they willing to have this sort of conversation?
Thank you.
Captain, good evening. Welcome.
What, Mr. So, you don't just not your job to welcome. This is not your job to welcome anybody. It's the liberal job. Carter, will you please turn your camera sideways so that we'll be able to see you fully instead of black. But turn it around. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you, even though I don't say turn yourself.
Hold on. I gotta fix it. I gotta turn it. I gotta turn it the way you want it.
Okay, there you go.
Is it okay?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there you go. It's good.
All right.
Walter Carter, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Terry Martin's sedition. Your sedition, you heard.
Sedition.
Yeah. You heard me here. That man run away from the country. He ran away. People are telling him, let him meet me in total and I would do the arrest myself. He ran away from the country. And then he want people to listen to him. He has no credibility. All of your sedition, your credibility is down except for those of you that are called Terry Martin sedition. But many of the sedition, they don't have no credibility. They say you're honor your government. You were able to domestic and international debt, $2.6 billion from 2018. Why are they with the money? Then he come to stay over there in Africa, eating heavy checker. Then he coming to say no, that's not true. We only incur $2.1 billion. Even if we say that, where are they with? Nothing. But what the let's hear from you. Let's hear
Thank
from you.
you,
What's
thank
on
you.
your mind?
And that's the kind of hypocrisy, that's the kind of mis and disinformation you got put out there to suit your own agenda.
Walter
So
Carter.
you,
Speak.
you
Why
give
do you
me,
want to
Mr.
interrupt the man to
So why you
speak?
interrupting? Give me
No,
chance.
but you
Mr.
can't come on and
What
attack
goes
the
around
host.
comes around. When I'm
You
speaking,
can't
the
you
CEO can
can't
do it.
come on and attack the host
But
as
Oh,
though
what goes around comes around.
I'm being hypocritical, and you expect me to sit down. Not only do I have a Chinese phone, I also have a Chinese program here. So speak for
So,
yourself,
Mr.
but you
Liberal,
Celebrity,
cannot.
liberal, you need
Mr.
to stop. You need to
Mr.
stop.
Mr.
LPS,
So, please,
You need to
Mr.
stop.
So, Mr. So, when we come on your program, you can control it. But this one, the liberal is in control. Walter
Yeah.
Carter, what is the hypocritical thing that I'm doing here tonight
so
that you want
Mr.
to announce to the people?
Mr.
But before
LPS
you
Celebrity,
speak, let me welcome Nakamu. Let me also welcome Fatima, and let me also welcome Sister Esther. Thank you very much, Mr. So. Will you please let me remember? Thank you, guys. The liberal is back, and I'm not here for kumbaya. If Terramasi sedition will come out here and try to take on me, then I have to call him out on that. Go ahead, Walter. We're listening.
so Mr. LPS Celebrity,
You got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes.
So that's the point here, right?
You give me a lot of minutes. You do what's that?
Oh
Give me
my
5
God,
minutes.
Mr. Bacon, you have the you relax.
No, he's the host. He's the co-host. So please
No,
be careful.
don't be jittery. You relax. This show will land perfectly. So I heard my brother Terry talking about why sedition running around, talking about the LTA and this, that. Sedition was not the one. And it is sad that you guys that just put the narrative on CDC. This thing came from Spoon. The Spoon that brought Joseph Boakai to office. It came from Spoon because he targeting one Camara, who is the head of that entity over there. And the whole thing exploded. The fact that you will come here and sit and talk about what sedition doing it. Remember, early time before President we had took over, the LTO were making in gross everything, including the benefit, 21,000 Liberian dollars when President Weah came up. And that is not a government, it's not an appointed position by the government. It was an entity I think set up separate. It don't go on the CSA payroll. President Weah asked them to reduce their salary and brought it down at least $6,000 or took $6,000. All of that thing now I brought it to 15,400 and change. The fact that he brought it down a little bit, now the rescue team came thinking that they will bring it further down for the people to have at least some money to do all the development. No, but I'm not surprised because the rescue team told us that they were going to increase salary. They were going to do away with harmonization because harmonization was not a good thing. Harmonization, you don't take people, the money they're making and bring it down. At least you got to carry the poor money up. So they fought against it. They made harmonization to look like a demon in the eyes of Liberian people. The Liberian people say, you harmonize my salary, I will harmonize your vote. And today, the same Spoon that were running the campaign about you harmonize my salary, harmonize your vote, have the audacity to come and even question LTA people that they're making too much money. The money they're making is too much. When they were talking about harmonization, I think we got to be honest, and I keep saying it to all of us, panelists and Liberians. If we want that change, if we want that road to be developed in the southeastern region, if we want our country to be put on the map, placed on the map where we can compare ourselves to Ivory Coast, to other countries, we must be able to speak the truth to power, regardless who in power. It was bad yesterday, it's bad today. What happened yesterday, we should tell President Weah and say, thank you, at least you were able to harmonize salary when people were making $25,000 in the country where somebody cannot even afford $5 a day. They were making 25,000 United States dollar a month. That was not even part of the what they were taking as benefits. When you put all the benefits, somebody were almost $40,000 a month in a country that somebody cannot afford $1.50 a day to eat. When the president harmonized that thing, we said no. But I'm challenging Mr. Boakai, President Boakai. I'm challenging President Boakai, and I'm challenging you, the celebrity. I'm challenging Mr. Bacon because you have access to the president to speak the truth to him. telling Mr. President you came to rescue this country. It is time now that we do away with disparity, of salary disparity in this country. It is
Thank
time
you.
now that we put the common man first instead of putting our individual interest first. It's time now that we put Liberia first for the road that we paid 22 million for. Dusty road as the rainy season now messed up into more potter. We should put them first to put quota on that thing to make it cool for our Liberian people. If only we be sincere with rescuing our country. That's what you should also be talking now. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Terry, let me come to you because I think after the Terry Martin sedition speaking, now you're going to try to give us some context of real uh, factual background. Because you people, when they talk, when they say blue outside, you got to really look outside. Make sure CDC say blue outside, the sky blue, you better look up because they don't have credibility. But when you speak, Terry, the fact that people saying you're growing your hair again, and there's people think that because you're growing your hair, things going to be better, I respect that. Let me hear from you, factual. That's what you do. You don't give us some sort of a subjective, whatever it is about that. You give us factual. Let's hear from you. Can you put some context on what the terramacin sedition I just talked about, please? No, Terry, you're muted. Mr. Walter Carter, I'm running the show. Go ahead, Terry.
Actually, I really didn't go deep into the LTA saga, even though there is a lot going on with it. But the truth of the matter is, like Keto just said, President, we are brought it to 15,000. So that's where we took it over from. So what is the issue now? You expect us to reduce it now because we just took over. You expect us now to the paper to say, okay, LTA it's supposed to, if we want to reduce the budget of LTA, that means we got to reduce across the board on all major government entities that have high pay rate. That means you got to bring in harmonization. You can only target LTA and reduce it. So what they're trying to do is to take our focus from on the audit report, from on the Samuel 12 thing, from on this Magay stuff, and put it on LTA and make it look that to say LTA making too much money. What you see, one of the things here is that government entities that are generating money are not equivalent to legislature that are not generating anything. The money the legislature are making, they're not generating money for it. They're just taking the money and using it for their own pleasure. The LTA, like even the the oil refinery, the NOCAL, when they were generating money for Liberia, other entities that are generating, they are responsible to regulate the telecommunication process in the country, which is to regulate, to control, I think, media institution that runs radio stations. They are responsible. The only problem I have with them in recent times, the restriction that they brought up, some kind of way, somehow, it affecting the Lone Star cell. I don't know if that the politics they play on Banana Ure. I think they got to be very careful down that slippery slope. But Lone Star, plenty of people have been complaining on the internet and on communication with Lone Star cell. But the LTA is controlling these entities that they control, bring in millions of dollars into the Liberian economy. You don't expect for them to see that much investment into the economy and then they be making $5,000 or $4,000 because they are a government entity. So in my opinion, what I think we need to be looking at and paying attention more to is not the LTA, how much money they're generating, is about what services are they providing, whether it is better enough to meet the needs of the Liberian people and serve them adequately the way it should. Because whether you like it or not, there are entities in government that you will not be able to pay certain government official 5,000 minimum, including gas slip, including house rental, and all of that. It's not possible. If you do that, you will again open door for corruption. All right. So again, when other people have different opinion, if they feel that is too much because Tanner Waterspoon highlighted it on his show, that is Tanner Waterspoon. That's what he chooses to discuss. I'm not going to say, oh, because he said that this is his opinion. I mean, his opinion is valid. No, I know the country I'm in, people, everybody do not make the same salary, even in government. And so what I should do that to my country because say the people pull the country, the people generating small money, blah, blah, blah. No, the entity generate certain amount of money. Definitely the employees must be felt. If the employees making 1% of the total amount of money that the entity is generating, why should I complain? Because it's not coming in my pocket. So that's just my little take, Mr. Labor.
Thank you. As usual, you say with clarity and you say with so much confidence. We like that. We like that. Let me go now to Jerry, who most likely might not even agree with you, but that's what we do.
Right to
And
Jerry?
I have not come to Jerry yet. He's a co-host. Will you please just hold yourself? We will come to you. Let me go to Jerry. Jerry most likely might not agree with you, but that's what we do here. This is really the platform of conversation. Jerry, take it away while I try to drink little water here.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't let the red wind to confuse you. But I posted something today and somebody made a comment on it. There was a bus that was burning. I didn't even know which country it was it. And the bus was burning, and the person said, I said the bus is burning. Look at what Liberia looked like. And the person said, the just bus burning. It had implication. But here's my point I want to make on my account of the salary issue. From City Hall to Findale, the 24 miles. From City Hall to Virginia, the 36 miles. So 80 places, 24 outside Monrovia and 36 miles outside Monrovia. Why are they so much? Why are they using that amount of gas? Because some of the gas money they're giving are close to $2,000 to $3,000 for just a gas for a month. How many times did you travel? So, folks, it is time, Mr. President, will look into it. And some of these things, I know definitely they will say, harmonization and all these things, but no, we have to bite the bullet. We have to make some hard decisions. It is time for us to put our foot down, and this thing, it cannot be tolerated. It needs to reduce the salary, even though they are bringing money in, but we have to look at the money. And then because they bring the money, so we have to pay them more than what they bring in or what we're consuming. And folks,
so let me push back. Let me push back on you a little bit, Jerry. So are you suggesting or are you prepared now that you're going to be putting your foot down? Are you prepared to throw folks in jail who might be bringing money and they're not getting the compensation that they deserve or the compensation that is necessary, and therefore they decide to take money because they know the government is getting more and they're getting little? Are you prepared to throw them in jail as well if they're found guilty?
Thank you. That's my point I'd rather make. It's in our Constitution, in our civil law, in our criminal law, in our penal law, if you commit a crime against a state or individual or property, if you are guilty, we're pressing you. That's what we need rule of law in our country. We need rule of law for being able to govern us in our country. Not because you're bringing money in there, so because we'll pay you less. Before they hire you, they say, yes, you're we're going to pay you $10,000 a month. Or this is what you're going to do. This is your responsibility. You won't go to work at a port managing director for maybe Port Authority. This is your salary. Or because we reduce your salary. So for that reason, if you want to park it, if you are caught, let's prosecute you. That's what the criminal justice system is sorted for.
Okay. Clear enough. Mr. So, we'll come to you. And then respond from these two decent gentlemen.
I'm not gonna respond to their own assertion. That's not something you're gonna compel me to do. Look, my objective and missions on this network.
Oh, you have an objective and mission on this network, Mr. So?
Absolutely.
Is that what you're trying to? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yes.
What is your mission? Well, I thought we all operating on a. I thought we were all operating on a one mission.
This network has its own preamble. It has its own vision.
But I thought that's what we operating on.
Can you stop interrupting me, please?
No, yeah, I just want to know what the mission you have that is different from LPR overall mission.
I've come to realize consistently, you especially, you have created, or you in this sort of conspiracy with Jerry Bacon, and maybe a few other there who are still undecided. You're doing everything possible to get them into your column to entice people with your talking point. That's not what I'm going to do. And it is sad that for you people to say that you're in support of an administration and you can't even stand up to the task. But here is the good news. You saw we were talking here, so we're chatting because I was getting some information. And I say it when it is right. For the first time, there is a good allocations in the budget within the educational sector of the government, which is a great thing. And the education committee, the House Committee Chair on Education, Honorable Remy Kuya, for District Number 1 of Sando County. In fact, we're hearing there's going to be a major workshop, what they call National Children Project School. I mean, he's a strong advocate. You consider yourself bold. There's a major education conference going to be going on in Nima, in Ganta. And so as soon as we leave this year, I'm going to be making that, I'll be sending that a mini budget. You as a board is not just coming on program on a program, be nasty your chair, a board chair will fire you. Board chair walks like a board chair acts like a board chair to support the administration. Board chair is just not in the mouth. I'm going to be sending a budget, and if I don't get an action, I will come back here on Wednesday. So help me God. But on a serious note, Minister,
budget denied. Budget denied. Go ahead.
Okay. Honorable Kuya is saying now with the new budget, it has increased 20%. Well, it's a little better than nothing. I think that's the first time to see the allocations of a school budget. Now, we want a vibrant society. We want an effective society. The educational sector needs to be strengthened. And even taking the administration out of Monrovia, going to Banga or seminar for the conference to create that kind of awareness, I think that is huge. These are things for you and Jared Bacon and others to be focusing on. Instead of them going back and forward among yourself and create this sort of stereotype, with your other panelists, I think that's just it's just not good. It's just not good. But I want to be coming to that. Let me give my man Ketra a chance. The other thing you were talking about with
thank you.
What's your problem? The other thing you were talking about LTE, I'm going to come to that because I too formerly work with the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. And I know exactly these sort of duplications of activity here.
Thank you. Let me go back to Terry.
You're going to skip me about Terry?
What?
Are you running the show the next show?
Look, something.
Don't be scared. I'm not getting headed tonight.
Let me tell you now, you are pushing me against the wall. You are pushing me.
Mr. So, you're not going to threaten nobody. I am running my show the way I see it. And plus, I'm the board chair. You're just a CEO. Let's get that together. But anyway, let me go back to Walter Carter. Termacin sedition. I just wanted to see how far you're going to go on this one. But let's hear from you, Termacin sedition. Let's hear from you.
Look, I think the rescue train is derailing.
Mr. Walter Carter, you have no evidence. You have no evidence whatsoever that the rescue tree is derailing. How do you know that? From what perspective?
Look, Mr. Celebrity, I'm going to tell you for free. You told us when it was 4 months, it was too early. 5 months is too early. 6 months is too early. 7 months is too early. We're on the 8th month. And we're still seeing that the train is taking a different route. And we got to call it out for what it is. The more we call it out, at least maybe the president will have a change of mind to start doing the right thing. Too many false and bad practices in government is not too good for an experienced 42 years old leader. 42 year of experienced leader, a man who has integrity, to have all these sort of scammages here and there in his government. That is just putting red flag all over the place. So Mr. Tour, let's call it for what it is. You being a celebrity on the LBS, you speaking with one of the loudest for nothing speaker on LBS called Eugene Fagon.
Hold on. Oh, no. This is the director general who has said Liberia is going to be different. And because he disagree with you, you're going to call his name on my show? Unacceptable.
It doesn't matter. I pay him. I can call him any kind of
but
name.
you can't call his name.
You need to stop this.
Look. Let me give it to you. Hold on. Seriously.
Who is Eugene Fagon?
Hold on. It doesn't matter. You can address Eugene Fagon the way you see fit on another platform. But Eugene Fagon, he's a government employee. Not only that, he's also doing work for the people of the Republic of Liberia. We can disagree with him, but we cannot and we must not disrespect him. Thank you. Carry on.
It's not a disrespect. It's just the real talk. He talked for nothing. That's what I'm saying. For nothing talker. That's all I say. So
this is how you. But then again, your sedition, you got no credibility. This man came and put you on the map. This man came and ran your campaign.
Are we down
to sedition? I want to educate you. This man, for 2.5 years, he was there as a man who put you guys on the map. At that time, you didn't call him no name, but because he disagreed with you, but then again, your sedition, you got no credibility. But what I would ask you to do, please, he's a Liberian, first of all. Let's give him that respect and let's stick with it. Go ahead and make your point.
Thank you for your miseducation, because that education is misplaced. That education has no value around here. So thank you for that. So speaking, I want you to use, Mr. Celebrity, your platform to speak truth to power, not to heal the empire that is going wrong. It will only be better for you and for the likes of all the people that brought this man to power.
Thank you. Thank you.
Why are you cutting me off? You interrupted me for almost 6 minutes and you cutting me off. It's not going to happen yet. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to allow you. I will speak like the CEO now. You're not going to bully me on this platform.
Wait a minute.
I'm telling you now, you got to stand up to this.
Wait a minute. Let me tell both of you, in case you forget who you are. You are both of you. You are my guests on my platform.
No, I'm
my guest. You are that massive contribution will come in here. Nobody gets sick here. I was sick when I'm calling you. You bring Terramasi that now we're not here. I'm coming to take your Terramasi. No, nobody's sick here. You're not here to come. Two of you.
So
Dr. Manda is not here. Both of you are here as my guests.
I think Keto, you know what we're going to do? I think sooner or later there will be let he and Jerry Barcom be having their Mickey Mouse show, and they can do whatever they do. When they want to come on my program, they can come. But when they come, there will be structure. Since they want to be doing a sort of an entertainment thing, I think they enjoy doing that.
Nobody
That's censorship.
Okay, of course.
If that is required to fix our country, that can be done. Nothing wrong with that.
But that's what liberal doing.
Okay. The liberal is now opening the call. The liberal is now opening the show to people to call in. Folks, any of you want to make a call? The number is out there, 916.
Because you want to censor my voice, he put a number up so people can call. Liberal, you can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
Ain't
But
no
let
kissing here.
me say,
Ain't no kissing here. Go ahead, co-host. Go ahead,
but you
Jerry.
see,
Go ahead.
you know, let me say this to you. Probably he can always forget when he come on the show. He talk about Mr. Boakai. Boakai have been there for how many months now? 8 months?
8 months.
Yeah.
8 months.
Seven
Not
months.
even 8 more yet.
No, I come in. 8 months. Let me ask you a question. How many jet plane Mr. Boakai number?
Why is that question relevant to
No.
our conversation?
That's a question. Every demand answer. Don't
I'm
answer a question.
asking,
Don't answer
you.
those
No,
questions.
Did he ask you?
You're ready to put
Did he
your
ask
foot
you?
in
He
your
asked
mouth.
me.
You're trying to help the man
Did
ask
he
you a
ask
question.
you? He asked me, right? He asked me.
I come in.
Okay.
I'm making my point.
So why is it relevant? I want to know before I answer it.
Because you said Mr. Boakai is the more experienced man, and to your previous statement, that's what I'm going by. How many horses Mr. Boakai now built since he became president?
Question 2.
Well, Mr. Burger renovated his house over $500,000 renovation.
No, it was no. You see, you are misinformed. Mr. Boakai didn't do it. No, it was you are misinformed. It was done because of the requirement or the security they say it needed to be done. He's not the one. Mr. Boakai didn't believe in that thing. He one of those I was opposed to it. But the security said, hold on. It's a security. But yes, Mr. Yes, your former president. By the time he became president, he built a church. I don't know, Sagoto Church, wherever that church is. The first thing he did, he demolished the house on 16th Street. He renovated it.
Man, you talking to that?
Come here, you see.
Hold on. Go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead. Jerry, educate us. Jerry, educate us.
When you come on the platform, he
Wow.
went and built, how do you call it, Jamaica Resort on Sugar Beach there. So,
he built Jamaica Resort. You see the mis and disinformation we're talking about, yeah?
Okay,
This is the
all
mis and disinformation.
Okay, Walter Carter, you're not ready to engage.
So when
Folks,
you
the
come on
number
the
is there,
platform,
916-533-2048.
all your files together.
The information is false.
Hold on, sir. Mr.
Walter
Boakai.
Carter, will you please let
Mr.
the
Boakai have not
gentleman
spent.
You interrupted me a lot.
Mr. Boakai have not
You
spent.
interrupted me a lot.
Walter Carter, please.
Himself, he had not spent a cent on himself to say, I'm doing this on my house or I'm doing this. Joe, we were taking over the office, playing with Lenny, jet plane. Where he got that money from? Talking about 100 some more.
Caller will be coming to here very shortly. Just hold on.
Don't come here and come say to
So where's the jet plane airline?
Walter Carter, the gentleman is speaking. Go ahead, Jerry.
I'm asking, where's the jet plane
No.
That's a $1 million question. That's a $1 million question.
For you bought a jet plane.
Okay, Jerry, let me take the Jerry. We don't cut
I don't know where it is. So
Jerry,
if I read the Ralph fee,
Jerry, Termasis edition is not ready to engage.
If I could read the RI.
Jerry, let me take this
So
call.
let me ask a question here. Samson,
I'm taking
no, that caller is not important. If you go on here,
you mean my caller on my show is not important?
No, we have to maintain sanity on this network here. If you go on
Who
here,
going crazy?
You're going crazy right now, and I'm about to go crazy too. If you go on here, BC, is that how you don't conduct yourself?
Mr. Soul,
or you want to bring it here?
Mr. Soul, the Liberal is running the show. Thank you. We will not have Termasin sedition to come and interrupt a LPR senior security analyst. And then he gonna come here and ask the kind of question. You want me to be quiet? Let me answer the call. All my callers are important. Now let me see who this is. Then I can say whether caller is important or not. Let's see. Hello, caller. Samson told La Public. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hey, no, this is
the caller not important. Go ahead, Mr. So. I think you're quite right.
The caller needs to be heard.
The caller, Mr. So, you're quite correct. This caller is not important.
The caller needs to be heard.
Look, Mr. I was missing you, but
If your phone on now, forget it, you're on your own. Yes, guy. You'll be one of the bar officials.
You are doing the same thing. What? Even the government, see, going on at 7 months. When
Something wrong with the caller.
Even DMG. Your salary was 20,000, 15,000. You keep break down. You keep going on 8 months, 9 months window. You have no policy on a salary issue. Yet again, the same salary of communication, same salary. Listen, you are so see the thing of you going. The going on, support calling. That is train, so in session. And then you start the training.
All right.
Maybe a few months from now, start getting people from down there.
Thank you.
All the people that support the vote, you start catch one your support. Thank you for it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. You saying when
when
our train ready to move, we'll let you know.
Let me respond to Mr. So. He said something which is important. He talked about the teacher something. It's something that coming out is in the making already. The issues that have been discussing have been going on. First, it's a teacher training we're going to be on. Most of the teachers are teaching right now. They don't have the qualification or they don't have the certification for them to be teaching the school. So it's something that in the pipeline. The age student, some students are in the class. Some of them are 10 years old. They're in first grade. So some of the things the Ministry of Education, there's a proposal that's in the pipeline. The teacher who are not trained and they're in the classroom, these are things they are talking about. The DEO and the CEO, which is the district education officer, and the chief education officer, they also want to be trained and they'll have some database that will be coming out soon. So these are things people are working on. It's not everything that will come on the air and say, okay, we're going to air out this what we want. It is something that's going on. So
no, so you missed the mark. You missed the mark.
I'm not missing up. I just put it out there.
It should be you guys driving point, but we got to always direct your. Oh, there's a red light here. There's a green light here. There's a no. Those are things. And this is what the independent does. We talk about these good things.
You're talking good things like come and bring independent business inside. That means nothing. You don't want to.
Jerry, I mean, it's significant. It's huge. That's the first time to have some sort of allotment within the education. This should be your focus point. You want to let the people get attention of the administration you support. You said, you're making fun here whole day and doing stuff. You think that this is how you people misdirect people. And Jerry Barton recognizes that, and you try to you want to sweep it under the rug, and that's huge. And what we're going to do, I want to make sure our correspondent will cover that program in Ganta. The conference is going to be taking place in Ganta, September 5th to the 7th.
Yes.
And I challenge you as the chairman of the board of directors and one of the Boasians on this network here. I challenge you to make it happen.
To make what happen?
What do you mean?
When it comes to money, they no, boy.
No. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I said our correspondent need to go there. What the administration said, I will be putting your outside now because you
know we can do it.
Jerry is a good man, but the labor has contaminated Jerry, and Jerry allows himself to be contaminated.
You know we can do this, but we're under the weather. We're under the weather, so we will not be permitted to carry out our function.
But see you. It's
something that's a very huge something, and I'll come in, Mr. Bacon. You know, what just when you saw me texting here, I was just getting the information, and that's a very huge step, Honorable Weir.
What are they going to talk about over there?
In fact, again, it's a national children's project. I mean, they are recognizing just what you are saying. Yeah, for them to push to come to this point here, this is what we want our lawmakers them to do. Just have a set priority, thing that needs to be prioritized and invest into it. You cannot have a vibrant society when you have a dull society, when you have an ineffective system where everybody just try to enrich themselves. But this
don't make a final point on that. Don't make a final point on the issue.
Go ahead, co-host.
One of the things they try to do is the same process that they went through during the election. That like the district officer and the chief education officer, they would be able to have a cell phone. As soon as anything happens, they will get all the database will be sent to the central office. So that will be quick or transparent, in able for us to get all the database. So take for example in Biendoru, the principal will be there. She or he would be able to have a phone. They will send it to the chief education officer. It will go to the district education officer, and from there will be transferred to the CEO. Let me say CEO, the chief education officer. So the database will be transparent and see how far we are when it comes to illiteracy rate, who are behind, and all these things. So it's something in the pipeline. But thank you. Sometimes you don't want to bring it out.
It can be in the well. But what I'm saying, when you guys come here, those are the contrasts you should be making. And when the liberals sit here and you allow yourself to be driven in a rabbit hole, like the liberal, he loves being in a rabbit hole, then I will call you guys up on a daily basis. And Tara knows what I'm coming from with that. We will not allow Samson.
All right, Mr. So.
I'm about to leave. Jerry Barker, let me just tell you. This liberal here, he is one of the founding members of the Liberty Party that is broken into pieces. They don't get his own, where inability get half from between Ganta and Morio. They were unable to match. So he's seeking political refuge. If you allow this guy to prevail his bad policy in you, sooner or later, Boyka will drop you. I'm just telling you, be aware. I'm saying it publicly.
Speak for yourself. Don't worry about Jerry. Jerry can take care of himself.
So
Let me go to Terry.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Look, Termasin Sidisha. We're not here for medicine business tonight. We lay your girl Termasin for last 6 years, and I was stomach full with medicine. Please, let me go to the real people who going to give us some solutions. They got nothing to give us. Terry, go ahead. While we're waiting for the people to give us a call.
Yeah, I think there are so many things going on in Liberia, and I think Mr. So, I think we need to do some things towards that too. We need to have some kind of thing around that, because those journalists and some text I saw, it really broke my heart. But anyway, that's it. There is something about I was reading here that took my concern. It said the audit report reveals FRAMFDB NSASC's budget by US $90.2 million without legislative approval in 2023. But these are the things they don't want us to discuss. So they're talking about LTA budget, blah blah blah, all over the place. The auditing commission, they highlighted, they exposed. This is from on front page. It's going to be coming up. They exposed that $96 million was used. It exceeded the budget across, I think, few agencies of government, the GAC, the Finance Ministry, the NSA, and another group of people. All right. Okay. The Financial Intelligence Agency. They went over the budget without any legislative approval of 90.2 million from the budget fiscal year from January 1st to December, I think December, and all of that.
And that's why what's his name? Talu is in trouble for. Those are some of the reasons.
Yeah. So these are all the things that are on the docket. Then they go into things what they themselves created. The budget that they're talking about breakable for me by where chicken I quit to join in the way or so one day you see me talking on the government side, the next day you see me. For me, once it is not correct, I will talk about it. For me, I don't think that there are certain people who will be making certain amount of money, but once you are in certain position, the position calls for you to make that amount of money based upon your work. I was looking at the LTA work. Go and look at all of the responsibility of LTA. You know why they make that much money. But what I want to say is that these things are alarming. All right, you spend these monies without any legislature approval, and you're trying to justify and say, and your only excuse is, we expect you to do better. But then when we try to criticize you to make you to understand the things you did, then you're shown from here and justify the reason why you did it. Then you say, the people are lying. No. These things also need to be discussed because sooner or later it's going to come back to you. Your government will have to give account of all these monies that were spent in the budget. You know, you exceeded this 90-some million, that plenty of money. That money that could cover a lot of children's school fee. That money that could prevent a lot of pregnant women from dying in JFK. That money. So, yeah, Mr. So.
You know, they account. People should be behind bars now. We tired. That's what we need. The practical work. There are people that did wrong. Let the law come.
I totally agree, and that is my disappointment with this government.
If they are found guilty,
Samuel 12 run away. You job or you? Samuel 12 run away. He make it big more from Ivory Coast.
The government should be able to pursue that. I'm not. Samuel 12 is not about the law.
So this the thing here, right?
That's my
Okay. Let Terry finish his statement. Let Terry finish.
That's my disappointment with this government. For the past 7 months, you have not put nobody in jail. You have not. All these other reports coming up. We don't see no force. Nothing happening. So how will sedition not be making no on us? How would they not be telling us, say, oh, your government, when you see some people, when some people are put behind bar, they will not have the chance to be talking all the tabata. You know, and they will not have it. So I will agree with them because we are not making any effort towards these other reports. $96 million, $96 million you spend it without any legislature approval, and you didn't even give account. That if you read the information here, no account. The finance ministry did not even give account of the 26 million.
Nobody want to stay. You have to go and run him up. Thank you, Terry.
2023. Go check it out.
Nothing. Thank you, Terry. Let me go to Terry Marcin's sedition. Go ahead, sir.
So before I start my thing out, you give Terry good time to talk. You never interrupted him.
We'll talk. Don't try to. No. We're not going. You see that? You got 2 seconds to finish your statement. Did I say you want to demand time on the liberal show?
I'm not even talking about the time. I'm talking about the uninterrupted opportunity.
We'll talk. This is a platform of engagement.
Oh, really?
If you come here with some tabata, we will challenge you.
All right. So Terry, that's the thing, right? You see, that's why I want us to talk.
I'm going for it. Every weekend I'm gonna beat you there. God bless you. God bless you, our boy. He announced that I was sure not gonna be there, Papi. There. Then he come by here. You come to himself. Women need to be wait. Don't
do my women. A lot of my women are laughing.
This is a man who's supposed to be taking care of me. I sick.
Need to be
sick. He played. Yeah, sick. I was sick. I was sick in Philadelphia. He said, "Well, I come to Philadelphia. I will be you." Yeah, man. Yeah.
He tell my woman more for him. The whole show feeling. The woman get made it so nice. So he be there. No, but on a serious note, Terry. I think what is happening, you know, and it's sad that's why I say we gotta be very factual. I mean, truthful to ourselves. Honesty is good. You didn't hear sedition bringing up this story, that story. This story is coming. All the stories coming up, it's coming from the Senior Unity Party people through the loud microphone spoon. Give now information, and he put it out there. He put the information out there. It becomes a public conversation, and people carry it. Nobody knew about LTA, even when President when the money came from 21,000 to 15,000, nobody knew about it. It was Spoon who brought that information up. When even this guy, the Grisby saga, nobody knew about it. It was the same Spoon that brought it up. But the thing I don't like about you people, when I mean you people that support Joseph Waka, as soon as Spoon come with information or somebody in the government come up, you put it on CDC. CDC said this. CDC said it. You don't hear CDC talking nothing. They see false story.
You went on Facebook to see CDC respond? Keto, you went on Facebook to see CDC
who brought it up first? CDC only
but Stanton, you don't know that Stanton has former sedition?
Here we go.
The
again.
man who's president, we are here.
Here we go again. So the man he present day Unity Party man. So
that whole Unity Party thing is scam.
But
The
I
man
don't know
is
how
a
scared.
sedition.
I don't know how
Samson
scared
told
they
LeBron
feel.
Public Radio, is that where are you
See,
calling
you
from
see
the
what
radio
I'm
or you
saying?
want to talk something else?
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
From Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, all right, guys. Let me
Wow.
Walter Cutter, please. This is a very important caller. Go ahead, caller.
I've heard you people discussing this associate. We are not prosecuting the guy concerning the corruption cases that are coming up. But the key thing that happening in Liberia, I'm not taking notice of it. George, yes, George, Bessie, when the Christian round case came out concerning constant recovery, he recovered racial team, racial job Bessie. When it went to God, Jack Bessie, they found him a progression to take forward. Since Rachel went to Job Bessie Yami. And the second one again, Job Bessie Yami, he found his racial cases. He the only job that people always want to. When Nathaniel McGill went to him again on the file in the probation, later on, the former Solicitor General came out and said that he was withdrawing himself from the senior. So the key element in the past government are still in the present government are fighting the government. In the corruption case, the government cannot get people to put in jail. This time when they raise the case up, people that in the system that are backing the people up, people that in the system that are directing the people what to do. So we are fighting two elements here. We are fighting the power of government. We moved the power, but we still have many of them still in the system that they are not doing good for their country.
Thank you.
So for the son to go on, we got to really pray for the nation because corruption can fight back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Get the money.
Thank you, Karen. You got it, Clarence. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for clearing a lot of things there. Thank you. Okay. Walter Cutter, go ahead, finish your statement.
Thank you very much. It's so unfortunate that we have to go through this. And like I said, this platform is a very credible platform. And let's conduct this show with a lot of low seriousness. Because at the end of the day, the Liberian people deserve better. We sit in America or wherever we sit and we talk to the people who bring their information. If the information is not correct, our people's decision-making process will be bad. And so when we inform our people, we inform them the truth. What is unfolding in this government?
I don't mean to interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt. I think the way you explain it right now, the next time when I'm hosting this show, I agree with you. We need to be serious and we need to inform the people on facts. I will exclude you the next time. I will not let you come in because you're asking us to be factual. You're asking us to be truthful. So I will exclude you on the next program. Go ahead, finish your statement.
So what would be your reason of excluding me?
Because you are not one of those who come in here to educate and fact and give us facts. You are giving us stories that are not true. And therefore, you can't say.
So can I ask you a question? Who brought up on the 15? Who brought up on the LTA saga on the
That's not my point. That's not my
point. That's not your point.
No, you
who
say
brought up a grace pin? Who brought up a grace pin?
That's not my issue. You say you want us to be factual and be truthful to the Liberian people.
So how
we cannot include you and the sedition in that kinds of conversation. We will
but
exclude you.
If you cannot
make your point,
sedition,
you got less than 1 minute.
I will always be on the LPR. I will always speak truth to power. I will speak truth to the Liberal. I will push back on the Liberal because the Liberal does not like to hear the facts. The Liberal is been on 7, an old man who has no credibility.
Look at the character you're saying. An old
oh
man.
My God! Look,
what this got to do? Why were you saying an old man?
Are we not in a democracy?
Why were you saying an old man when this man is helping to rescue the nation?
The man is rescuing himself. The man is rescuing himself from 42 years of disgrace.
Okay,
that's what he rescued himself from.
Okay, this is a Chinese phone.
Yeah, you can put a phone on. It's good like it go off on me. The fact of the matter is, if we will rescue our country, we need
All right,
serious
thank you,
minded.
thank you. What the
We do not
thank you very much.
we do not need the tapata from
You see
the
that?
laborer,
You see
from
that?
Mr. Bacon,
You see that?
from Sisse. We need
You see
serious
that?
minded people speaking.
You see
the
that? So
truth
that
here.
means we're not serious minded. Water cutter, you will be excluded. Completely. You will be excluded next time tomorrow in fight. Don't call in and Mr. So in fight. I will not allow two of you to come here because when Mr. So come, then you want to sneak in the background and so he will bring you through the back door like your sedition. You let him put your foot in your mouth, and that's what you want to do here tonight. Thank you very much. Let me go to Mr. So. I'm done with Walter Carter terrorizing sedition. Thank you very much for showing yourself again tonight to my audience. We appreciate it. But that's what we do. We're here. We allow people to express themselves freely. Let me go to Terry. Terry, give us your closing. Walter Carter is done for the night. Go ahead, Terry. Give us your closing.
Did you see what on the screen? What one of your viewers 20? Look at it. Esther.
You think? Yeah, well, that's one of the. Who told you to put that one on? It's not in my favor, Mr. So. Why would you put it up? It's not in my favor.
Because the people know you are moderating the show badly.
Mr. So why would you put a statement that is not in the favor of the host?
I'm not looking at who's favored, who's not favored. Views and opinions of followers.
No, that your job now to put a view. That your job now.
It doesn't
not see
matter.
you again.
Well, that's part of it.
Okay.
I gotta listen to it.
Okay. All right. Terry, give us your closing, my son, please. Terry, you're muted.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So as I say, I'm falling in the dark rabbit hole. Actually, and we shouldn't go back and all that. Let me tell you, a person who cannot remember history. Bob Marley said something. He said, "If you forget your history, you will not know where you go coming from. When you don't know your history, you not know where you're going. You got to know. You got to retrospect where you coming from, because that the old map we can use to apply the new one. Ain't you seen it, my Esther? We use the old map to apply the new one. So what we're seeing here is that we just took over a government from another government that was leading for 6 years. We can't forget about it. We got to discuss. We got to audit the previous government to find out where we're starting from, where we're coming from, so that because that will determine our level of success. So if President Boyka cannot take these audits and prosecute on the basis of these audits, then there is no need in being president. Because for the next 6 years, we'll have the same tabata that we had during President we are led government. The only thing, it may be lesser tension, but the result will end up becoming even worse or the same. So I am the one, I support these audits. I support that these audits be looked into, because on the basis of these audits, there were 4 auditors that lost their lives. And today, those children do not have fathers. Those children, they don't have fathers. Those mothers, they don't have husbands. Do we remember that?
Yeah.
Do we really? Do we think that it was good and you saying we should just forget about it? That Tabata, we should move on, and because we get new government now, so we should move on. Guess what? There are new auditors finding new things. Probably if they were in the past government, but now that different story we're having. So we will not forget about it. These audits, we expect President Boyka to go for it to prosecute on this basis. The LTA saga, these people are getting legitimate money that your government left for them. President Boyka did not add one dime on it. The money your government left that they were taking, that they see money these people taking.
Thank you.
That they see money. They ain't stealing anything. That they see money CDC people left there. That the money they're taking. If you want for us to harmonize it, it's good. That is a good recommendation. I myself will recommend to President Boyka that he harmonize it. But he might not only do it with the LTA. It should go across the board. That is what it is. So thank you very much, Liberal, for the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Walter Carter, you got 1 minute, please.
So this is a true statement, Terry. You said they should harmonize across the board. This is why when President Weah came in, because the pay structure was so astronomical. It was so high. He harmonized it to where he had it, and this is where United Party met it. If United Party came to rescue, and with all of where the President we are left it, they should have continued in our line to say, let's go even further because we think these payments are so high for this individual. Unfortunately, they didn't say that. They said the harmonization was not good. And you can't take people, you can bring people's salary down. They got to carry it up. So even people that made $21,000, instead of bringing it down, they wanted to go up. Where President we are left it, 15,400 and change. No, it's not even good. They should go up. And the people that are bringing the news to social media and to the Liberian people, they are not up. They're not CDC. They are not the opposition. And the same United Party people that push the narrative for President Bouaka before coming to power. They are the same people that are bringing it up. We just talking what it brought out. So it is important that a poor country like Liberia, without productivity, to see somebody in our country make 15,000 Liberian dollars, you understand? Where the vast majority of people cannot even afford a single meal a day. And then you tell me it's justifiable. I think it's wrong. It's wrong. When even the capital city of Monrovia, you can't even drive or hitting 10, 15 potholes. And people holding $15,000 in the pocket a month. And you tell me it's okay? I said, no, it's wrong. What we need to do in our country is to rescue that country from the bad practice in government. When we see people like the likes of the Libra, who sit on social media and talk about road construction, and up to now, he cannot even speak about the road from Gabriel Tucker Bridge to Simple Bridge for it to be fixed under this administration when people going home with $15,000. Then it's a shame.
Thank you. You can't that you will come here and lecture us. Now you will come here and lecture us.
You the rescue. That's why I'm lecturing you. You the rescue. You can rescue me.
Okay. All right. Jerry, help me here. Give us your closing, Chief.
You see, one of the things we fail to realize is in Liberia, we have rule and law. And the rule of law have to prevail. We cannot just grab people and send them in jail. It will be the same people on the platform. We say, oh, Bouaka can just throw people in jail, We have the Constitution that guides us. We have the rule of laws in our country. The criminal justice system have a procedure. You are innocent until proven guilty. Mr. Bouaka is doing an extremely job. That he has levied charges, his government, matter of fact, to say people will be prosecuted. So it's a step in the right direction. Even though people have not been prosecuted, or people are not going to jail yet, but it's a stepping stone that at least the officials of government, former officials of government that already being indicted, they take a process, either indictment, you still got to go for hearing, and you could be arrested. So these are processes they go through. They got to get pre-trial. So there are a lot of layers for prosecution. So I just want to make that clear. It doesn't mean because people are not being biased, but the administration is not working. They are working diligently to make sure that the law is followed. Seeing people on this show, especially the right wing, what depends the circumstance of the case. The judge can deny you a bail and say because of you are flat rate, so you cannot, you will be in jail until you're tried. Or the judge can say, you know what, you have to get a bail. So these are systems that we are following. Mr. Bouaka is not a lawbreaker. He's a man of integrity. He's a man who believes in the rule of law. Even if such a grievous thing that happened, we will follow the rule of law. Nobody going to intimidate her. Nobody going to harass her. Nobody going to suffocate her with laws in this country. So definitely, Mr. Bouaka will do the right thing. And people, all citizens are innocent until proven guilty.
Thank you, co-host. Wonderful closing. I think your closing has whatever coming out of whoever the person is. Your closing have already cement that conversation. Mr. So, go ahead.
I thought the signal was coming to me, but still.
You know,
It's still fire, my man.
this is sad. And that's what I said. I wanted to be here, and you will still get away, but I don't care what you do because
I'm not coming to Rwanda. I'm not coming to Rwanda. How you see me?
I will go to California and read your own.
Okay.
But look, I think on a serious note, tonight conversation was one of the worst in the history of this network. On the so-called host Samson Toe and co-host Jerry Bacon Washington. This is unacceptable. This is Labrador Public Radio. It's not CDC. It's not Unity Party, ANC, the two breakaway factions of the Liberty Party. I think the basis of this network and the foundation, the vision, it must be maintained at all times. We are on an obligation that we come here for 1 hour, 2 hours. People that follow us, people from different demographic, they have come to share their vision with us. But the inability of the liberal progressive and his ally, who are doing everything possible to liberalize this network, and think if you speak your mind, about your country, it means you are antagonist to the government. That's a wrong. Then you guys are taking you back to the same very CDC. Every analyst has the right to speak his or her mind on this network. And you must exercise the tolerance to allow that person to end, and you can follow through to hold them accountable for what is coming out. But instead, you and your Jerry background successfully hijacked the program here tonight, and you think you're more Israeli than me. But we'll wait and see. I want to take this time because the Liberal will not have the guts to do that. It happens under his watch to apologize to our viewers, our listeners, of this unacceptable. They're not Tom and Jerry here. Other people can do on their network, but the history of this network here, people know it, and we have to maintain that. You who support the government, if I were you, this is where the proper relation aspect comes in. I will go and look for all of the good pieces. I'm not going to pay attention to the bad ones and come and articulate and draw that contrast. But you and Jerry Washington, you are unable to do that. When he started being co-host, do you think you really co-host? You remember who when you were to send link, I will send it to you that you co-host to him, that happened to be the how you treat your co-host.
Thank you, Mr. Soul. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate. We'll be back here again tomorrow. Terry, thank you. Jared, thank you.
So you need to take back your statement that you're going to leave Keto and you're going to leave me out. You need to take it back.
Come on, man. He should not serious. I mean, you are essential in the place.
Terry, thank you. Jared Baker, thank you.
Hey, you're going to put
Termasin Sidisha
of the store.
Termasin Sidisha, who I will exclude.
Why you believe in exciting people? Why you believe in
Termasin Sidisha,
that's
who am I going to exclude? Who am I going to exclude tomorrow from my show? Thank you very much.
Jared?
Yeah, man.
We need to organize a special honoring program for the two old men. They need to be retired now.
We got to retire them. We got to retire them. That's true. I
agree with it. You can when you retire, you still need our knowledge and our experience. That's what you need. That's what it is. You retire, but you need us. So
we need fresh mind.
You excite the people. You excite the people because Mr. Tool said, you gonna. Are you serious?
We got to
they really believe that Mr. Tool gonna silent or what? Huh?
Because no, I said we got to hold you. We got to hold you because you were so with the public. So we got to hold you carefully because we don't want you to go to the
so when you don't understand, Jerry will soon be running a serious entity under this government.
Yeah, so
and your best bet.
And we had a CDC professor when they call him as MCSF superintendent. Welcome on aid.
But that's CDC. But not with Jerry. Jerry, don't forget where he come from. The
liberal. You can't silence.
It's just a crime. Let me ask you something. To be a liberal is a crime.
Not the other labor, yeah. Not the other labor, yeah. They labor to be the other labor.
On the show here. Anytime we come here, try to
you been here all those years. You still don't understand labor yet. That we the ones who be struggling with labor, not you. You
the labor like my old man. The labor like my old man. But not the other labor. The labor, yeah. The labor send the Bwaka King to office. The labor has catapulted. He's changed. The labor don't talk nothing.
I have a special video package that's sort of
that liquor talk. That video package you put together, that liquor talk. That's not the real labor there.
Wednesday, as
all the recordings there.
4 years ago. You will see.
Wow.
Let him speak the language that he needs to speak.
That liquor talk. That's real stuff there. Yeah. All right, guys.
All right,
thank you very much. Good night. Good night.
I got a baby.
Yeah. Good night. Good night.
Right,
Jared,
good night,
thank
boss.
you.
Right,
Thank
good
you,
night.
Jared. Thank you,
Thanks.
Mr. Soul.
All right.
All right. Again, folks, Samson told Labrador Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again. And we'll say good night to all of you. It was a wonderful, wonderful program. We'll be back. Like I said, we're trying to reestablish our studio where we'll put all the how they call it, the connection together, all of the equipment. They are now all connected. That's why we have this white wall behind us like this. Eventually, we will try to put it together. So I want to thank all of you again tonight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful show. Let's tune in again tomorrow, and we'll do the best we can. And this is Labrador Public Radio. I want to thank all of you, Esther, Fatuma, Brookable, George. I want to thank all Van. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in tonight. I know we have fun, even though we put fun into this thing, but these are very serious matters. And just to keep ourselves on a straight level, we continue to have the discussion. We might not agree with everything from each other, but we do know one thing, that this is the platform where to be if you want some serious conversation. Again, I want to thank all of you, and I'll say good night to all of you as well. Good night, folks.